Good morning, student. Hope you are doing well. Student, before unit test 1, we have learned chapter 3, but there is a huge gap. So now I am going to revise this lesson again. So listen carefully. If you are having any doubt, we will discuss at the end of this lecture. So lesson 3, skeletal and muscular system. Skeletal and muscular system. The skeletal system include all the bone of the body along with the joint where they are attached to each other. The skeletal system include bones and all the joints. In our body, we are having numbers of bones. There are so many bones inside our body, and each body is joined with a joint. So both joint and bones combining form a skeletal system. Skeletal system. It protects the organ of the body, produced blood cell, and help in the movement of body. So what is the function of skeletal? It protect our body, it protect our organs. We are having heart, liver, kidney, brain. These are the organs. And these internal organs are protected by a skeletal system. Skeletal system also produce blood cells, and help in a movement of the body. It also help in movement. We move from one place to another place. If there is no skeletal system, we cannot move. We can move only because we are having a well-defined skeletal system. For the movement, the skeletal system work in association with the muscular system. Yes, our bones are also attached with muscles, and muscles form the muscular system. It is made up of over 600 muscles. So we are having more than 600 muscles inside our muscular system. Bones and muscles work together to help the body stand and move. If we are standing because of the skeletal system and muscles, because of bones and muscles. We are moving with the help of bones and muscles. So both bone and muscles help our body to stand and to move. So now let us discuss about skeleton. What is skeleton? Skeleton is the internal framework of bone that give distinct shape to the body. Skeletal is the internal framework of bones. We are having number of bones which give distinct shape to the body. Distinct means the different shape to the body. We are having leg, we are having arms, we are having head. So inside our head, there is a skull. Skull is also made up of bone. Our hand, leg, finger, everything is made up of bones. So every part of our body have different shape. Different shape, distinct shape means different shape. There are 206 bones in an adult human body. In an adult human body means a human being of the age above 18 and 20 years is known as adult human being. And inside the adult human being, there are 206 bones. But newly born baby having near about 300 bones at the time of birth. But with the passage of time, some bones combine and form a single bones. So newly born baby having 300 bones and an adult human beings having 206 bones. There are 206 bones in an adult human body, although a newborn baby has about 300 bones at birth. So student, at the time of birth, newly born baby are having 300 bones. But an adult human having 206 bones. 206 bones. So there are two questions. If the question is like this, how many bones are present inside a newly born baby? So newly born baby answer will be 300. And if the question is how many bones are present inside adult human being, adult human, so the answer will be 206. Some bones get fused gradually as the child grows up. Fused gradually means combined together. They will join each other and the number will become 206. Bones require nutrition for their maintenance and growth. So every bones require nutrition. They need food for their maintenance and for their growth. Calcium, phosphorus, and some vitamins are important nutrients for the bones. Like we are eating food. Inside our food, we are having different nutrients like carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamins, minerals. So these are the nutrients. These are found inside our food. So bones need calcium, phosphorus, and some vitamins for their growth and maintenance. Bones are very hard on the outside. The outer surface of the bones is very hard, while on the inside they are soft and spongy and are filled with a soft fatty material called bone marrow. The outer structure of bone is very hard, but the inner surface inside the bone they are having a liquid type material, a soft material. That soft material is known as bone marrow. And student, always remember that bone marrow is very important for the formation of blood. Blood cells are formed inside bone marrow. So our blood is formed inside the bones, and inside the bone they are having a soft material. That soft material is known as bone marrow. Inside the bone marrow, blood is produces. And inside our body, everything is based on blood. Everything is depend on blood. And that blood is formed inside the bones, inside the bone marrow. Bone marrow is a soft material. And that soft material is present inside the bone. So the outer structure of the bone is very hard. Inner surface is soft. And the soft material inside the bone is known as bone marrow. Is known as bone marrow. You can underline this. What is bone marrow? Bone marrow is a soft and spongy material. Soft and spongy material that is found inside the bone. So student, next is the part of skeleton. So we have discussed about skeleton. What is skeleton? So before going further, you can pay attention on the diagram which is given on your book. In your book, human skeleton. Human skeleton. What are the part of human skeleton? You can see very well that the upper part, which is known as head, and the inside structure of head is skull. Skull. Then we are having two hands. The bones is known as humerus. Then we are having a chest cavity. Inside the chest, we are having a number of bones known as ribs. Then we are having a backbone. Backbone is also known as spine. Then the bone of our thigh. Thigh is the part from waist to the knees. The part from the waist to the knees is a thigh. And inside the thigh, there is a bone known as femur. Known as femur. And also remember, student, that femur is the longest bone inside our body. If there is a question, name the longest bone or what is the longest bone inside our body. So you can give a simple answer that femur, F-E-M-U-R, femur. Femur is the longest bone present inside our body. And where it is located? It is located inside our thigh. So you can say simply that our thigh bone is the longest bone. And what is the name of thigh bone? That is femur. Femur is the longest bone present inside our body. Okay, now let us discuss about part of skeleton. Part of skeleton. So student, there are various part of skeleton. The various part of skeleton are as discussed below. The first part is skull. Skull means the upper part of our body, which we are knowing as a head. But the inner part of the head is skull. Skull. Skull is a hard body structure that protect the brain. Inside the skull, our very important organ is located, is present. And what is that very important organ? That is brain. Because most of our body is depend on brain. How we can think, how we can remember, that is performed by brain. That is performed by brain. It is made up of 22 bones. So our skull is made up of 22 bones. 8 flat bones get interlocked together to cover our brain, while remaining 14 make up our face. So out of 22 bones, 8 bones interlock together to cover the brain. 8 bones are interlocked together. They are joined together and they protect the brain. And what about the remaining 14? 14 used to make our face. So 22 bones are there inside the skull. 8 bones protect the brain. 14 bones make up our face. Out of all the skull bones, only lower jaw is movable. It enables us to eat and talk. So student, you can touch your face and you can feel that when we are eating or when we are speaking, that only the lower part of our jaw, we are having lower jaw, upper jaw. Inside the each jaw, we are having 16 teeth in a lower jaw, 16 teeth in upper jaw. But as you are a growing child, you may have 20 teeth. But adult human being having 32 teeth. So we are having teeth in a lower jaw and having teeth in upper jaw. While eating, look carefully that when we are eating or when we are speaking, only the lower part of our mouth is moving. The remaining part of our mouth is fixed. So only the lower jaw is movable. Rest of the part of our skull is fixed. So only lower jaw is movable. Only lower jaw is movable. The second is rib cage. What are rib cage? The bone that enclose the heart and lungs form a rib cage. Means there are number of ribs and combinedly they are known as rib cage. It is a cage-like structure. It includes the ribs, sternum and vertebral column. Sternum and vertebral column. These are the 3 parts of the rib cage. Sternum, ribs and vertebral column. So what is ribs? There are 12 pair of ribs. 12 pair. 12 pair. Pair means one pair having two parts. So 12 pair means total 24 bones. Each ribs is a thin flat bones that join with the long backbones at the back and the flat breastbone in the front. So it is joined at 2 ends. At the back, it is joined with a backbone, and in the front, it is joined with breastbone. It is joined with breastbone. They are 12 in pairs. So total 24 ribs are there. The lowest two part of ribs are called floating ribs. Floating ribs, which are joined only to the backbones. They are not joined with the breastbone. They are only joined with backbone. That is why they are known as floating ribs. Floating ribs does not mean that they are moving inside our chest. No, they are not moving inside our chest, but they are only joined with the backbone. Remaining ribs joined with both, with the backbone and with the breastbone. But the lower two pair of ribs, which are known as floating ribs, they are only joined with the backbone. They are only joined with the backbone. Backbone are spines. Backbone is also known as spines. So the bone from our back to the neck of the back part of our body is a spine or backbone. The backbone support our body and protect our spinal cord. You can see in diagram, this is the diagram of spinal cord, spine or backbone. The backbone support our body and protect our spinal cord. The skull is attached to backbone. The skull is attached to the backbone. It is made up of 33 small bones called vertebrae. 33 small bones are known as vertebrae. The vertebrae form a strong column called vertebral column. Vertebral column means a vertical structure. Vertical structure is known as vertebral column. The vertebrae are interconnected in such a way that it makes bending and twisting possible. We can bend and twist our body in backward direction and in forward direction because we are having a backbone and backbone is having 33 small bones. They form a vertebral column, and it provide flexibility to the backbone, flexibility to the backbone. That is why we can move in a forward direction and we can move in backward direction. We can bend and twist our body because our spinal cord or our bone is having 33 small bones. Sternum. It is also known as breastbone. The bone of our breast is known as sternum. It is a long, narrow, flat bone that forms the breast front of our chest. So front of our chest is made up of a special type of bones known as sternum. So sternum is a breastbone. Next part is limbs. So student, in previous lecture, we have also discussed about limbs. Limbs means legs. Limbs means legs. Like horse, cat, lion, tiger, they are having 4 legs. So we can say they are having 4 limbs. 2 in front and 2 at the back. So front legs are known as forelimb. Back legs are known as hind limbs. We have already discussed about this in the previous chapter. But this limbs word comes again. So now I am repeating this, that limbs means legs. It is also, there are 2 pairs of limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs. As we are discussing about the skeleton of human being. In human being, there are only 2 legs and 2 hands. So legs are our forelimbs and arms are our forelimbs and legs are our hind limbs. So arms, forelimbs, legs, hind limbs. So we are having 2 arms which are known as forelimbs and we are having 2 legs which are known as hind limbs. So student, what are limbs? We are having 2 pair of limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs. Our arms are known as forelimbs. Our legs are known as hind limbs. So now let's discuss about forelimb and hind limbs. The upper arms has a single long bone which is known as the humerus. Single long bone is known as humerus that extend up to the elbow. So we can say that the bone which is starting from the shoulder and from the shoulder to the elbow, that is known as humerus. That bone is humerus. The lower arm has two bones which are joined together called radio ulna. Radio ulna means from the elbow to the wrist. From elbow to the wrist or elbow to the finger, there are two bones which are joined together and known as radio ulna. There are 27 bones in the hand and wrist. Okay, so inside our hand and wrist there are 27 bones. Small bones are there and the numbers are 27. Okay, student. So this is the structure of our forelimbs. Forelimbs means arms. From the shoulder to the elbow, that bone is known as humerus. And from the elbow to the wrist, there are two bones known as radio ulna. And inside our hand and wrist, there are 27 bones. There are 27 bones. So student, this is the structure of forelimbs. You can see in your diagram, forelimbs, hind limbs, pelvic girdle and pectoral girdle. So we will discuss about later on about the girdle. Now we are discussing about forelimbs. Next, hind limbs. Hind limbs means legs. We are having two legs. The femur is the powerful thigh bone or the bone of upper leg which bear the weight of the whole body. So the whole weight of the body is standing on, or we can say the whole weight is holding by thigh bone. And what is the scientific name of thigh bone? That is femur. Femur. And it is also the longest bone inside our body. The femur is the powerful thigh bone or bone of upper leg which bear the weight of the whole body. Weight of the whole body. It is the longest bone in our body. Longest bone in our body. It joint longest bone our body. So this is also an important question, important internal question. The longest bone of our body. Which is the longest bone of our body? Femur. Femur, or also known as thigh bone, is the longest bone present in our body. It joined with the two bones of the lower leg through shorter small bones. There are 26 small bones in the ankle and foot. In the ankle and foot. So student, as we are having 27 bones inside wrist and hands, in the same way, there are 26 small bones in the ankle and foot. In the ankle and foot. So these are forelimb and hind limbs. Student, now the next part of the skeleton is girdles. Girdles. They are two in numbers and help the limb to join the backbone. They are two in numbers. So we are having two girdles. They help the limbs to join the backbone. Limbs means they help in joining the legs, or we can say our leg bones to the backbones. The bones of our upper arms join the spine with the help of pectoral or shoulder girdles. Shoulder girdles or pectoral girdles, that is the second name of shoulder girdles. Pectoral girdles, they join the upper arms to the backbone. Join the upper arms to the backbone. It consists of a pair of shoulder blades, scapula, shoulder blade, scapula, and a pair of collar bones. Collar, as we are having a collar of our shirt or collar of our t-shirt, that area is known as the collarbone. Similarly, the thigh bone is attached to pelvic, or we can say hip girdle. We are having two pair of limbs, means legs and arms. Arms are joined to the backbone by shoulder girdle or pectoral girdle. Legs are joined to the backbone by pelvic or hip girdle. They are two in number and are composed of three bones each. Three bones each. So we are having two hip girdle or two pelvic girdle. They are two in numbers and composed of three bones each. Three bones each. So student, these are the part of our skeleton, part of our skeletal. So you have to read page number 27, 28, 29 and 30 and learn all the important question and important internal terms. Okay, student. Now, if you are having any difficulty, you may ask your question one by one. Yes, Preeta ma'am, please allow the student so that they can ask their question. Yes, Preeta ma'am, allow the student so that they can ask their question.